Welcome to Insurance Claim Radio, where leading hail loss consumer advocate Phil Coutu and his team of experts teach you how to avoid the pitfalls of hail damage claims and how to use his team of experts to get what you truly deserve under your insurance policy. Now, here's your host of Insurance Claim Radio, Phil Coutu.
Hi, you're live with InsuranceClaimsRadio.com. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I'm an adjuster, public adjuster, and a contractor. I've got some other guests. I've got Stevie Solomon, ex-Tamco shingle manufacturer rep. I've got Mike from Pro Roof Solutions, Colorado-based residential and commercial company. And I have another guest, Jason Price, and he's with Alpine Adjusting. He was an adjuster. He's been worked for preferred contractor status, has 17 years experience. Mike, holy cow, Mike's old. He probably has 35 plus.
Oh, come on, Phil. Be nice.
Okay. Myself, I've been doing this since I'm 13 years old in the roofing business and the insurance business spanning 3 decades. I've been a large loss adjuster, run a catastrophe company with adjusters, and now I help the public, educate the public, and help them when they have problematic claims. A problematic claim is when you think you're not getting a fair shake from your insurance company. We're not here to bash any insurance companies. There's very many great insurance companies out there and good adjusters, but we're here when you know that you were wronged. And we're going to talk about some of that stuff. Why don't we open it up talking about some of our experiences? If I could get from you, Mike, one of your most underpaid claims in your 30-plus years of experience that you've seen.
You know, I had one just last week, believe it or not. Right? I went to a...
This is your worst.
You know, well,
Give me one of your worst.
It was pretty bad. I tell you, I had a customer that was trying to sell their house, and so and it had pretty bad damage on it. They had been denied once before I went there on the second reinspection.
So they were denied?
They were denied.
And
completely.
what kind of claim was this?
It was a hail and wind claim. It was a residential home. All right, and so they had the second adjuster come out there, and I mean, this roof had lots of zippering, all right, about every 3 feet you could see it, and the wind had absolutely pulled the nails completely through, and the adjuster said, "Well, that's not wind damage." I said, "Well, do you think the rain or snow caused this? I mean, what will cause this damage? I mean, you can lift these shingles up completely, almost to a 90-degree angle, and you would see there on the seals where it was, completely dirty and had stuff all in it. It was never going to reseal." So, I mean, we went at it for like 20, 30 minutes on the roof. And it was, the guy was just not being honest with his customer. He brought out his laptop and showed the customer, and he said, "Well, I do all the second re-inspections," and it was kind of really a bad situation. And he denied it to the customer, and he just wasn't being honest with it, and it just really kind of ticked me off because I took it personally, and but because I don't think the adjuster really was working with his insured. And definitely, he just denied it. I mean, everything we talked about, it was kind of a sad situation.
It's absolutely amazing. I used to run upwards in the hurricane, Katrina, Jeannie, Ivan. It goes on and on. When I was in Florida, I used to run upwards of about 18 to 20 adjusters at one time. And it was absolutely incredible what some of my adjusters would do and how they'd fight for the insurance company. And I always have to say, you guys, listen, we have a fiduciary duty, too, to adjust a claim fairly. I know we're using lots of propaganda and you don't pay for this, you pay for this. Most of my adjusters, I would say 75% of my adjusters never read an insurance policy, and they're out adjusting your claim. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm mentoring somebody right now, a really fine young man. I'll keep his name out of it. And he's very young. And he got into adjusting several years ago. And he just had a desk job adjusting for $500 a day in the hurricanes. And his experience level is almost none when it comes, and Jason knows him. He's a fine young man. That's why we're mentoring him, helping to get him up educated. But it's just unbelievable that the insurance company is hiring these young people at 22, 23 years old, no adjusting experience almost, very little, no construction experience, and he's a desk adjuster approving the claims. What do you think about that, Jay?
Well, that goes to say what I was... That just
now, hopefully, too,
my
the
point that
young man isn't listening, but if he is, that's why we're here to help educate you.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for him. He's a great guy, but, that just substantiates my argument earlier, how the carriers are going with less and less experience because they're getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. In the past, a lot of these claims were billed out to independents, and they were component-based.
Can you believe they were paying a 22-year-old $500 to be a desk adjuster with that experience?
With that experience, no. I was like, wow, Where can I get a job?
Yeah, I believe it. I've met a couple of the young people that zero experience in construction, but they get the title adjuster, and they have to go out in the hurricanes, and
And they're making coverage disputes
yes.
on your claim.
Yes.
We're going to take a
So-
quick break. We're going to come back speaking about these rookie adjusters the insurance industry is hiring. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. You can reach me at rooftoproofing.com. I'm a public adjuster and insurance professional that specializes in large loss, problematic insurance claims. 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration. 303-997-4247. 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop-restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, we're back with Insurance Claims Radio. You can see us at insuranceclaimsradio.com. We're just speaking about a young man that's come to us for help about adjusting, and he was actually a desk adjuster getting $500 a day in the last set of hurricanes in the last year. Jason Price, one of our guests on here with Alpine Adjusting, he is also helping this gentleman learn. I'm also teaching him, but we're just in shock because the experience level is about what, 100th of 1% or what maybe both of us
Zero.
have sitting here.
I think his only experience came from sitting at a desk. That's where he learned. And I think, the limit of his experience is basically navigating through Xactimate, the customer management software, whatever.
Can you
they're
believe
using,
they
et
paid
cetera.
somebody $500 a day with that experience?
Absolutely. No.
But yet, how much did they want to pay you with your experience?
One of my best friends, a good friend of mine, was an old Worley adjuster with State Farm, 30-year adjuster. And, these guys would go off in a catastrophe situation, and their day rate was $550, but these guys are banging out 10 adjustments a day. 10 adjustments a day. And I battled with this guy in a little place in Wisconsin, and we went wall to wall on a couple of deals. And he quickly overturned his estimating and style of writing. So he's a great guy, but, the max that you're going to get paid is about $550 a day. And they're giving these to guys that are 22 years old with absolutely zero experience. And these guys are the guys that are saying, oh, we're not going to pay for that. Oh, my adjuster wrote this. I don't know what you're talking about, so I can't pay for it. And now that's not even good enough for the carriers. Now they're going to artificial intelligence, and they're wanting more bang for their buck. They want more claims per
right.
adjuster.
And then the other thing is, like, I'm a public adjuster. They're coming after high-quality public adjusters. I just had a major battle with a prominent insurance company, Church Mutual. You can look it up online. They accused me of RICO-whacked and insurance fraud. We ended up settling non-disclosure with an apology, but it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars because when you're at the top of your game handling commercial claims, and then also even the Department of Regulatory Agencies, they have 700 pages when we did a Freedom of Information request, or another person did, on me. I'm a regular, honest public adjuster. And so, you guys, I hope people understand what's really going on out there. These are very powerful insurance companies, and some of them are great. Like, I worked for them. I actually loved working for them. The only reason I stopped working for the insurance industry is that we'd tighten our belts so much that, in my belief, a lot of people were just underpaying their claims. And I was like, I had to personally got forced to rip a lady off in Hurricane Katrina. I got threatened by the vice president of a prominent Gulf Coast insurance company that if I didn't change my claim from $189,000 down to $29,000 because the water touched the building, even though a tornado hit it 8 hours before, that I wouldn't have claims, or the 15 adjusters that I ran underneath me wouldn't have claims. And that sat with me so bad. And I said, but you're wrong to the vice president. He goes, Phil, this is how the conversation ended. Do you want beep beep claims for you and your 15 guys tomorrow? And I said, yes, sir. He goes, well, you get that down from $189,000 to $29,000 on my desk. Do I make myself clear? And I said, yes, sir. I went, I met with the lady. I had to give her a public adjuster's card. And from that day, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go to the other side because this is getting ridiculous. And the vice president of this prominent Gulf Coast insurance company said to me on the phone, we are not setting precedent this early in the storm. The water touched it. We don't know for flood. We're a wind policy. I said, yeah, but we had a tornado hit. I got 3 eyewitness accounts. And they said to me, you don't understand our policy. I said, yes, I do. I'm Vail Institute trained on Gulf Coast policies. I'm a large loss adjuster. I've worked for Citizens Florida and named a bunch of other states. Texas windstorm. I've worked in many hurricanes. You don't understand our policy. And I said, oh my gosh, is this what it's coming to? And so
Did he mean the actual policy or the policy to just underpay their customers?
he meant his policy.
His policy, right.
And Phil, doesn't every claim, isn't every one of them underpaid?
Well, I think you're creating liability when we say every single
Yes.
claim.
I've worked 3,500 claims in my career, and there hasn't been a single one I haven't gotten more money on. Yes,
Hello.
sometimes we haven't gotten the money we wanted, but we always get more money. You know, statistically, I believe between public adjusters and attorneys, they're only retained on 1% of all claims filed in the U.S. So yeah, our gains might be, you know, exponentially unbelievable at 1,500%, 3,500%, because this is sometimes how we perform. We'll get you 3,500% more money. But when we're retaining only 1% of all the claims filed, imagine all the money.
Right, but
being
let's say,
saved.
I think that statistic, I don't know that statistic off heart, but I know it is higher now in commercial. There's been an explosion of public adjusters, and that's why you need like seasoned professionals. We've got Mike with Pro Roof Solutions, Jason with Alpine Adjusting. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I'm also a public adjuster. And we've got Stevie Sullivan Tamco over there in the corner. He's a manufacturer rep. So we often get thousands of percents more, but you really need qualified. It's very easy to become an insurance adjuster. You're not licensed in Colorado. To be a public adjuster, it's writing about a 3-hour exam here, maybe studying for about 2 or 3 days. That does not make you a qualified public adjuster. I want the public to know that out there. What makes you a qualified public adjuster, you worked inside the insurance company for many years. You're either a preferred contractor or you've been a contractor spanning several decades. So you've handled thousands and thousands of insurance claims and disputes. You have a full background about construction and what the insurance company might be missing or what they're not looking for. You have forensic experience. You know how to go water test a wall to find out how far that water went or where it's coming in from the roof. You need to find that saturated insulation. You need to know how to use electronic vector testing, infrared testing. This is what makes true experts, and you're sitting with a panel of them.
Mold.
Yeah. Mold, which is usually capped in most policies at less than 10% or 10K on residentials or even less these days. You know, you want that policy experience, you want that construction background, and you want that insider knowledge. That's someone who's going to successfully navigate you a claim close to what is rightfully owed to what is rightfully owed for you. And there's a lot of people, oh, I'm a public adjuster. You really need for the consumer out there to look at their CV. You need to see their experience. How long have you been doing this? What have you done? What makes you somebody, a professional? Because you're going up against an insurance company. And, you know, I call them minions, all the lower end people in the insurance company. But once you get up there, they have extremely good attorneys. They have some extremely good large loss adjusters. Some of them know right where the deal is and know that they're underpaying claims. Others are fighting for you. Like, they're not all insurance companies are bad. I've worked for some very, very good insurance companies.
So, Phil, when you talk about adjusters, you know, there's 3 types. There's one that works for the insurance company. There's also a CAT adjuster or catastrophic team adjusters, right? A lot of people ask me this question many times. And then there's public adjusters. Maybe give a quick scenario of
All right.
the 3.
The definition of a public adjuster, I like to call it a private adjuster. It's like your own private investigator. It's someone with hopefully a lot of experience. You want to check their background because they're charging you a percentage of the claim, often 10 to 25%. Or on the excess. Most public adjusters are charging around 10%. Some, though, smaller claims are going to charge 15 or 20. And what that means is that they're representing you. They're going to go, write their own estimate. They don't care what the insurance company said. They're going to document all the damages, photograph everything, hire experts, discuss with you your options to settle your dispute, and present that claim with a proof of loss and an estimate to the insurance company. A regular insurance adjuster, which are unlicensed in Colorado. There's no licensing. A regular insurance adjuster is working and being paid by the carrier. They're supposed to have some fiduciary duties to you, the public, but they're really beholden to the carrier and they're following their guidelines for claims adjusting. That's where the problem starts. What was the third one?
The CAT adjusters.
Oh, a CAT adjuster. Catastrophe adjuster can be on salary with the insurance company or it could be paid a percentage. CAT adjusters can often be a little bit more favorable in my experience. I ran many CAT adjusters in the hurricanes, and often they're a little less stringent on them. They're not in-house, they're not being indoctrinated as much, and they're on a fee schedule often, so they're often trying to pay a little bit more. So those are your three types of adjusters. You got your public adjuster, which works for the public, your own private adjuster. You've got your regular adjuster, works for the insurance company, is writing an estimate. And then we have your CAT adjuster, which is also working for the insurance company, but is usually through a third-party administrator or through a catastrophe company. But some companies now do have their own CAT squads. And so you're obviously going to get a better shake from hiring your own public adjuster. And it can be tens of thousands and millions of dollars. There's claims that I've had that are zero, and I've settled $1.5 million that were zero, and we fought for like a year and a half.
The insurance company brings these CAT adjusters in, right? We had 200,000 homes damaged last year plus, and so they bring them in to help, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll bring them in. They'll bring them in to help. They'll bring them in to help, and they have their set guidelines, and so this is insurance companies for profit. You have to be careful. I mean, you want to make sure someone's looking out for you. It creates lots of disputes. When I was originally insurance a lot earlier in the mid 90s, we worked a lot more with the contractors. There wasn't all these disputes. There wasn't these softwares to micromanage claims. Through technology, I think it's actually harmed the whole process, in my opinion, because we used to go out and we'd work with the contractor, meet with them, go through it, get to know them. Okay, this guy's legit. Yes, they're making their 40, 50%. You let them make it. Now they're trying to get it down so low. I mean, they actually talk about general contractor overhead and profit at 10 and 10. Every contractor out there knows that's a joke for a home improvement contractor. You cannot stay in business. And we are going to we are taking a quick break here. You're live with Insurance Claims Radio. You can reach us at 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247. And check us out at rooftoproofing.com or insuranceclaimradio.com.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration. 303-997-4247. 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftoprestoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, we're live with Insurance Claims Radio. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I am a general contractor, roofer, roofing inspector, appraiser, umpire. You can reach me at 303-997-4247. You can check us out at rooftoproofing.com or insuranceclaimsradio.com. I'm sitting here with Mike Neely from Pro Roof Solutions and Jason Price from Alpine Adjusting, as well as Stevie, a ex-Temco manufacturer rep. Mike, you had a question.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Both of you are experienced, well-seasoned, adjusters, and I haven't had that experience. And I want to ask you guys sincerely. I mean, sometimes it's not easy. Jason, Phil, what's it like to be an adjuster, and what responsibilities do you have? And I know you guys put in lots of hours, and I tip my hats off to you sometimes. I mean, I respect you.
All right, Jay, you take it.
So just to clarify, I have and only have represented as a public adjuster. I don't have any staff adjusting experience. But my experience as a public adjuster, there's ups and downs. There's some pros and cons. I hear no about 80 times a day. I write letters on the same coverage disputes to the same adjuster every single day. So we could have agreed on something yesterday on a different claim, but you're going to make me write the same letter on a different policyholder to prove the point again. So it's very frustrating. It's very time consuming. I can only speak for my methodologies, but we're very thorough. We pride ourselves on overturning coverage disputes. It's often, as Phil said earlier, it's often we'll take claims from 0 to 100,000, 0 to 1 million, 700,000 to 4.3 million, and this is what we do. And it's more. A lot of people think it's just as simple as writing an estimate, sending a couple letters, and negotiating. Absolutely not. We can put hundreds of hours even into a simple $20,000 residential claim. When the insurance companies decide to deny and fight, and when they dig their feet in, they can really dig their feet in. They will use financial leverage. They will switch adjusters. I've worked claims where I've had to go through 10 different adjusters. And it's like, it's like fighting 8 rounds in a boxing ring, and then they just bring in someone new, and they just try to wear you down. It's a very tedious job. But at the end of the day, it's very rewarding because we get to stick up. We get to represent the small guys against the big guys, corporate evil, richness, and we get to perform, and we always perform. So sometimes the consumer doesn't really appreciate or understand how hard we had to battle for them to get a claim from 0 to 80,000, or to get that roof bought, or the floor in the kitchen, or whatever it is.
Let's talk about that. Sometimes the client doesn't understand. I don't update my clients a lot when I'm a public adjuster fighting their claim, because it just opens up Pandora's box, and all that's discoverable in court. So I like to have a nice, clean file that's tight. Customers say a lot of things that are detrimental that they don't mean to or don't understand can be misconstrued. Just like a quote on the news where they just take a little clip of somebody talking, and they'll play that again and again in court, and that sets an insurance company up. So I'm really cautious. I tell my clients, hey, I'm going to work my butt off on your claim, but I don't like to open up Pandora's box and everybody talking. We had one claim where they were suing the insurance company, a prominent church, and they were suing them for damages because they had suffered. And they used the word, oh, we're going to get a windfall of money. That's a really big deal because the insurance company is going to play that again and again in court. They're looking for a windfall, like free money. And that's not what it's about. The money they were getting was really for all the suffering, all the hard work the public adjuster did, which was me. And so that kind of shuts down the claim when people are talking like that in those open forums, because that's not what it's about. It's not about hitting the insurance company for free money. When we handled that claim, it was just about getting them a fair and equitable settlement. The problem is the insurance company originally paid like 50 grand, and that claim ended up settling at 268. So, but it took 2 years and it cost them a lot of money out of pocket to settle it. But, it just takes one member on that board to go, oh, we're getting a windfall, and that'll be played again and again in court. So those are important things. My experience about being an adjuster is I really enjoyed it. The problem is, since all the hurricanes in 204 and 205, they just started shutting stuff down and changing the rules, and we started underpaying claims and using more and more experts. So unfortunately, I ended up switching sides. I said, I'm just going to go represent the public because A, I want to sleep at night. And the problem is now that we're at a disadvantage because they're all together in groups, the insurance company, and so they come after public adjusters. There really needs to be a fund promoted to promote public adjusters, and they come after you quite wicked. Like they came after me now several times. We've always won, but it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. The last time they came after me, the insurance industry, we were in settlement negotiations that they had to apologize to us and admit we did no wrongdoing. And they made a comment to my attorney, said, oh, we thought we could run them out of money. And that cost me and another gentleman $800,000 in legal fees. That's an insane amount of money. So when you ask why your adjuster's charging 10 or 15%, there's good reason. He's got to protect himself. It's like David and Goliath, and you're fighting an uphill battle, guys. And I still think there's some great adjusters. I run into good large loss adjusters, especially. I hate to say it. I don't run into many good adjusters on the residential side. I really don't. It's like they're putting these kids in a little box and indoctrinating them and feeding them.
Or they're old and can't hear.
Yeah.
Well, and,
Not to knock our seniors out there, Mike, but
Yeah, I
turn
am
your
one.
hearing aid up. Yeah, you are one.
I
You're
don't have
55
hearing
plus.
aids. Come on.
So, God, we'll all be there someday. So, it really is an interesting profession, and on this panel, we're fighting for you. My specialty is to find large loss claims that are really problematic. If you had a claim that was underpaid, they didn't pay for the stucco, they told you your roof's repairable, they brought out a whole bunch of experts, and maybe some contractors stopped by and said your claim's triple, it's worth $2 million, they paid you $500,000. That's my cup of tea. I will take those claims on. If I think it's a good claim, I'm going to give you the honest opinion. There's some claims I turn down, and that's what you want. Someone that's honest, that's going to come on and say, hey, listen, they paid you $500,000. Maybe your claim's worth $700,000. Or I tell my customers where I think their claim really is. Now, I can't guarantee it. There's lots of moving parts, but I just had a claim recently where they wrote $500,000, and I said that your claim's really worth about 1.2 plus. I mean, there's going to be a little wiggle room there, but that's what your claim's worth. I'm like, really, Phil? I'm like, well, they missed this. They missed mechanical. They missed HVAC damage. They didn't get the heat cables in your gutters. And this was a small, probably about a medium-sized strip mall.
Phil, I just want to interject one point. Earlier, you were talking about a windfall of free money.
Yes, go on, Jace.
It's never free money because these insurance companies took these customers' money
I
ahead of
absolutely
time, so
agree.
it's not free. They've been
No,
paying
but-
some.
But you're absolutely right. But my client went and put an email because one person doesn't realize you're paying your public adjuster 10% of
And you're paying your premiums.
and you're paying your premiums, and you've got appraisal costs and umpire costs. There is no free money. That money is for damages for suffering. And the reason you're getting that money or you're going to litigate is to hold somebody accountable. Sorry, I'm Christian on this network, and I believe in accountability. I'm old school that way. And I think when you're wronged, if you have the means, you should hold somebody accountable. So we're not just talking about winning your claim. You can also go on under some of the claim statutes in Colorado and stand up to your insurance company and get
Penalize them.
and you can penalize them where they're going to have to pay you money for appropriate damages. To me, that's not a windfall. When you've waited 2-3 years, fought, and you've expended 30, 80 grand out of your pocket, or your contractor has. So we're going to wrap this show up. We're live with Insurance Claims Radio. You can reach me, your host, Phil Coutu, at rooftoproofing.com, 303-997-4247. That's 303-99-4247. Call us for any problematic claims you have. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Insurance Claim Radio. For more information on how to maximize your hail damage insurance claim or to contact Phil and his team, call 303-997-4247. And be sure to tune in next week for more Insurance Claim Radio.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration. 303-997-4247. 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop.restoration.com.